So today we're going to be making acrylic on mirror glass. The first thing that you want to make sure when you're making acrylic on mirror glass is to make sure that your mirror is very clean so that your paint doesn't stick weirdly. I'm just cleaning this off just with a wet wipe. It doesn't really matter what you use to clean off the mirror, but you're just trying to get it nice and clean. Next step is we're going to be taking this white paint, and we're going to be using this to cover the parts of the mirror where we want to paint on. So we're probably going to do like a nice, like a little bit of white paint over here, over here, over here. We do this so that you can't have a reflection on the mirror. You don't want it to reflect back and then the painting kind of is going to look wacky. Okay, so now we're going to start painting on the actual mirror. So I'm just going to kind of coat paint wherever I want for me to paint. I'm going to be painting a butterfly today, so I can put it wherever I want. I'll probably do a couple little flowers around it. You want it to be nice, smooth strokes. Don't make it like chunky because then it'll look bad on the mirror. So just kind of even it out. Okay, so you're going to want to let this dry before you start painting again on top of it. So now we're just going to let this dry. I'm still smoothing out the paint a little bit. You can put whatever type of shape you want, just kind of like where you want to paint. I'm going to be painting all along here, and then these are going to be the mirrored open parts. If you want, you can take a blow dryer and blow cool air over the paint so it'll dry. After letting it dry for about an hour or so, we took the blow dryer just to make sure that it was fully dry. Now we're going to mix our paint. So I have this kind of burnt orange color, and you want to have a few variants of orange just to be able to get the effect of having a butterfly's wings. So then we also have this bright orange color. So you're going to just mix your paint in different variants how you want it to be mixed. So as you can see, this is our palette right here. And we have different browns, that's kind of the burnt orange red, and the bright orange, and then the yellow. And then you're just gonna kind of make the colors. You could probably have like a picture to look off of a monarch butterfly. You're gonna take a little bit of the bright orange, and then just the smallest amount of yellow. You don't want it to be too yellow, because that could end up making it a little too light. So you want to make sure mostly orange in there. The yellow is just going to balance out the colors. So you're just going to move that together. You're going to darken it up just a little bit with this burnt orange, red, take a little bit more yellow, brighten it up again. If you want, you can take a little white. It'll soften out the colors. And that's how you'll get your perfect monarch butterfly color. So now I'm going to start painting the actual butterfly. So I did a few sketches just before, just to make sure that I knew what kind of butterflies I was looking for. You can go as crazy as you want, as creative as you want. You want to start with a small brush, about like this, to do an outline. You can outline it in whatever color. I'm going to outline in brown because it's dark. And I'm just going to start off by doing this butterfly right here on the corner. So you can do them wherever, obviously. You can not do butterflies, you can do whatever you want, but it's just kind of teaching you how to paint on mirror and how to work with that. So first you're going to start off by just getting your sketch out. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera real quick. So now we're going to go in with the orange color that I made. And we're just going to give it a nice coat all over. See, we have our sketch here. It's good to do a sketch on these types of things because you can't really sketch with a pencil, so you're going to have to use your paint to sketch. which is a little more difficult than working on canvas. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some color in here. You can put all different types of colors, and then you're gonna add your variants of colors. You're gonna let it dry so that you can go back in and do the detailing, which is all the black around, the little white spots on the outside, and it's really helpful to put the colors you want on your sketch so that you know what you're sketching out. So now we're gonna do the 2 other butterflies. You can do whatever. I might do some little flowers around it, some little detailing. So I'm gonna go ahead and sketch those out, do the same thing that I did for this one, let this one dry, then let those dry, then do the detailing on the other ones. So, okay, so now we're gonna go in and do the detailing on the paint, on painting the butterflies. So monarch butterflies, which is the butterfly that we were trying to kind of look like, have a very, they have an orange right there and a black in the middle and an orange on the outside. So what we're gonna do, just as an example for this one, is we're gonna make sure it's dry first. So this side's more dry. And we're gonna go on the outside of kind of the curves that we want and just outline. And kind of making sure and going in between each one. And I'm gonna do this off camera real quick and then show you the finished product. Now that we've got some of that black detailing that we carved out, it kind of looks like this right now. So now we're just gonna do little white dots, because monarch butterflies have little white dots surrounding everywhere. And you just kind of give a little plop all over around all the butterflies. And you can also, so now that I've added the little white dots all around, and I do 4 right there, I'm just kind of going in and mixing a little bit of white and orange to give a little bit of highlight to different places in the little crevices where the orange is. And you just got to make sure that you blend it out properly. Like right here, you just want to blend that in just a little bit, makes it look a little more realistic. You also can take that and do that with our black part, just taking a little bit of white, rubbing that in there for our antenna. You can take that and do it just like that, giving it a little bit of highlight, contrasting with the black. And yeah, that's pretty much the finished product. That's what it looks like. You can always add flowers, you can always add different little spots of white to make it more symmetrical and a little bit cooler. But that's our finished product. Painting on glass is pretty easy, a little different than canvas because of the texture. Very smooth, easy to wipe off. If I had any tips, just make sure to let everything dry fully before you paint again on top. So that's kind of the finished product. I'm gonna go work on this a little bit more and then I'll show you the final